Not as bad as it seems, just that it's windy. There is a drizzle. It keeps coming back into my patio, but nothing drastic. Yesterday was close to 70, today's in the 50s, so immediately you felt it. Most people will, most likely. Spring's still around. And the old adage, what does it say? April showers? Well, we got the April showers today. But winter's out of here. You can feel it. I'm also looking at the trees in front of me. The buds are sprouting already in just a week's time. Anyway, I was in a mood to start out again with some reviews. Say hello. It's been a while. And that cup back there, a nice holiday tea, because floral note I got off of this tobacco. I thought it would be a good accompaniment, even though good strong coffee always is. For my collection, housekeeping, a nice straight pot, nice size walls. There's the tobacco, nice ash. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's see, can I get the badge? It's a Mastercraft. In the notes I write down exactly what shape this is. It's from one of my pipes that I picked up, and I pick up the lots or things are gifted to me. Because people aren't using their pipes anymore. Some old timers and stuff. Like pots, but what caught my attention, nice shape, good length on the stem and the shank, but feels really light. I like a nice light pipe. I'm a little bit of a clencher. I like to keep the pipe in my mouth when I can, depending on the pipe itself. Sorry if I look a little beat up, because I'm looking at myself right now, but hey, it is what it is. And again, I'm not going through a storm, just feeling a little chilly. There's a nice little breeze today. Anyway, that's what I'm smoking. Solani Silver Flake blend 660. Ripe red Virginia, spicy dark fired Kentucky. I took this to be comparable to McBaron's H&H dark fire. It's getting close. One of the first things is that the burley's up front. With H&H, I'm going to say that the Virginia, the dark store Virginia, the flavors, the full flavors, the tobacco flavors are up front. Right now on the Solani Silver Flake, it would seem that the burley has the strength in this blend. Nothing to complain about. Maybe some guys are not going to like it. I like trying different things, and I want to keep smoking down the pipe, and we're going for another review. Glad to be back. When I finish the bowl, instead of holding it and bouncing around with the video, I'll do it from the inside of the house, and I'll keep notes, try my best to make it clear, see what else I can come up with, a little stupid jokes. But anyway, good to be back, and here we go again with another review. As I've done in the last few videos, I guess I break it up. It's a lot easier. Easier to focus, easier to keep track of things. Anyway, we spoke about the Solani and housekeeping, which was showing you the pipe I used. Well, on an average, every time I've said I like to give you as much information on my collection, I never have. I don't think anyway, but talk about it, but not much. So I want to get into a little bit more. First of all, a better view. There's the logo, Mastercraft logo. You can see the stamping. Now, it didn't describe a number to let me look. for sure Mastercraft has information on their pipes, but as I was looking at the stampings, I just realized that this ended up giving me another checklist item that I was looking for. I don't know if that's phrased correctly, but what I'm trying to say is that first thing, this is a Mastercraft. The stamping is Mastercraft over custom made. That's the only description. You have the embedded logo, the MC in the stem, and on the opposite end, Algerian Briar over France. So supposedly this should be made in France, but the thing that really interests me is that it's Algerian Briar. That might make sense for certain things, and one of the items is I mentioned that how light this Briar is. There is some history. I wish I could keep track of all the stuff that I read, but Algerian Briar is Briar that it's good for you to chase, to look for. It could be a factory pipe. It could be sometimes a basket pipe, but Algerian Briar is supposed to have good qualities. Sorry, that was my dog. And the qualities came through. I've been getting a lot of my pipes, and I follow through, except for the high grades. I usually go inside the shank and drill it out to 5/30 seconds, so I get a better draftway, airway. Sometimes I'll mess around if it seems that the stem itself, the airway is too thin, and I'll go up another. Oh, sorry about that, allergies. Another measurement on the drill. Brain freeze, yeah. Or senior moment, don't know. But anyway, outrageous pipe. It smoked very well. The Solani, I mean, right off the bat, I've never had the experience I had today. Solani straight out of the tin. It wasn't too wet. It seemed to be the right moisture content, but this pipe was a champ for me. So I love the lightness of it. I do like pots, pot shape. Sorry about that. And straight stem, but it's just felt just right to smoke this today. Anyway, just to also show you, pretty decent grain. Not too bad at all, actually. Okay, and as Joe Case and Rick, his brother-in-law over there, Briarville Rick, they had that joke about stem condoms, but it helps. It helps when I clench a little bit. It also protects the stem. All right, that's another piece done, and we'll follow through now discussing the pipe tobacco, or the Solani, or something else. All right, we'll start in a second. I can't keep the ashes that long because I might do it later on. I might do it tomorrow. The last piece of this video, which is the tobacco itself, explaining everything that I enjoyed of the smoke. But anyway, what I want to do anyway, the another item is that nice size walls on this pipe might be another thing that added to the quality of the smoke. But before anything else, you can't really see it, but I'm gonna empty it out as best as I can. Let's see if we could do this. Hopefully it could. Anyway, I wanted to show you how the ash burned down. The tobacco, first experience with this Solani. There is another Solani that I enjoy, Solani white and black, and I think there's also another blend, which the white and black is a Lataki English blend, and I think it's 759 or 779. I apologize. There's another blend from Solani, nice Syrian Latakia. Anyway, just to show you, as part of the description and review on the Solani Silver Flake. Let's see if we could do this. Oops, there you go. Wow. burnt down very well. I don't like smoking down to the dottle, to the very end of the bowl. Also, sometimes you have a mishap, you could burn through a bowl, but I haven't had that kind of trouble yet. But I smoked all the way through, and the tobacco did not give me any bitter flavors whatsoever. Okay, it did leave a little bit on the bottom. Okay. Okay, what I left was what I did not touch at the very end. A little bit more than I wanted. That would have been maybe another 5 minutes. Yeah, at least. But I had a good 30 minutes, 40 minutes smoke with this. I only filled the bowl halfway. Burned all the way through. Nice white ash. Maybe I didn't control because there was too much wind. I'm not sure. Like I say, I have a habit where I won't smoke all the way down the bowl. Afraid to burn out. Sometimes more than anything else, the acrid taste. Let's see if I can get this through to show you. Yeah. Pretty decent. Almost 80-90% white. That's a sign of good tobacco, cured. That might be another reason. I do go down the list of, in my mind, the logical reasons for it, especially when it's towards a positive. Why is it so positive to me? Why is this the smokability so great? Sorry about that. I'm being distracted this evening. Anyway, another piece done, and then we're on to just a review of the tobacco. See you in a few minutes. Yeah, I reviewed balance of the video before I got to this last piece. I'm going to try and make it as short as possible. So far we've had about 11 minutes. It might go out as some of my videos do part 1, part 2. But anyway, we're talking about the Solani 660 Silver Flake. And I showed you the tobacco, my pipe. Oh, just to mention, I've done this over a period of about 2 or 3 weeks. Every time I wanted to finish, I'm just going to say certain personal things came in between. I knew I was going to come back, but didn't realize it was going to take about 2 or 3 weeks. But I want to do this as fast as possible. The Solani is something I'd like to recommend. It mentions that it's Virginia-based, has Kentucky. I picked this up because I try to do comparable blends. Also, the issue where as we smoke down whatever we have, all of us, all the pipe smokers, my friends also, the most favorable blends end up lately being something that you have to wait that the supplies get replenished. So let's say I do have a preference for very nice, strong tobacco taste, and I find that in McBaron's H&H Dark Fired. But, if you remember a year and a half ago at the very beginning when they were selling the Dark Fired, all of a sudden there was a little period of time where you couldn't find it on the internet, your B&Ms, the whole 9 yards. So, I'm always looking at see what else is available. Guys have already done this for years. As I mentioned, you could say I got about 5 years or so trying out, learning about pipes. It was just about 3 years now. I started, then backed off because I had no one to teach me. And then with the internet, some friends at the lounge I hang out, the cigar lounge, I got into pipes. So anyway, the Solani 660 Silver Flake. I mentioned that I noticed the burley. Some guys in the reviews were saying that the Virginias seem to be a little bit more upfront, burley's a little bland. Depends, each palate's different. I thought that in my palate, I ended up tasting the burleys, and I didn't find any negative issues with it. I do know that sometimes some burleys are burn hot, some blends, pipe tobacco blends. But I found this something to recommend because, as I said, I keep looking at how to find different blendings of the same type of tobacco in case we have shortages. A good example, Esoterica Penzance. Okay, enjoyable. I still have some left, but every time I look for it, I'm just chasing it like it's the Holy Grail, you know. At the end, what I want to make sure that I described it, and I noticed that every blender, every company, Solani is a different company from McBaron, different from McClellan, different from Dunhill, okay? When they blend the Virginias, you get a different type of, there's always that tanginess, but it's just a little bit different. And I would put this as not a must-have, but part of a rotation or part of a reserve that, let's say, at least for me, if I would run out of H&H or certain Virginia blends, I would go to this with no issues. I hope that the review was pretty decent. It's something that you enjoyed. Please leave me some comments. A lot of guys lately haven't been doing much of anything. I'm going to keep trying to come back, and I'm starting to understand what I want to give to everyone as far as the reviews. I got some yappos. We talk about the pipes that came in the last 2 weeks, some mistakes, and I hope to hear from you soon. Hope to be back. Tamp lightly, smoke slowly, and enjoy. Okay? Thanks a lot, guys.